Hello everyone, it's Sabrina Jean. I hope you're all doing well. I'm super excited to share this pick a card reading and messages with all of you about the type of abundance you are attracting right now. So, better to just get into it and then I can explain it. So you have 4 piles to choose from as usual. And you can choose according to the timestamp or the crystal, or maybe the color of the top card, totally up to you. So what kind of abundance are you attracting right now is the most important thing for you to take away. Group number 1 is a diamond. Group 2 is a mahogany obsidian. Group 3 is a rainbow fluorite. And group 4 is an epidote. So take a moment to choose your piles. And it's perfectly fine to choose multiple piles because there's more than one type of abundance. So whenever you're ready, choose your pile and let's begin. Pile 1. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the diamond, welcome to your reading, group reading. But what type of abundance are you attracting in your life right now? And literally, I could just sit here and adore this diamond all day long, but I'll just save that for myself for later. Okay, I've already randomly pulled and created the piles. If you're usually attracted to pile number 1, I want you to know that I usually use my own self to determine which cards to use in which pick a card reading, meaning most of the time, pile number 1 is already a pile that I created for myself. And then I create 3 other separate piles for anyone else who, well, maybe there are those that don't really like to choose pile number 1. What I'm trying to say is if you usually choose pile number 1, then you and I resonate on the same frequency. Just saying. So, okay. The kind of abundance that you are attracting. I think I'm going to put this over here. Inspiration. So yes, that would also mean naturally that yes, I have seen the cards in pile 1 because it was something that I pulled for myself already. The other piles I have no idea. Look at this. Believe in your good luck. Mindfulness. I want to pull this card. Resonating. And I suppose I should use the Zen Osho Tarot. Playfulness. It's like a perfect fit. Kind of. Okay, I paused the video and fixed the cards. Now it's more like a perfect fit. A better fit. Okay, I'm just going to lay out all of the cards. A creative endeavor. I also pulled some astrology. No, let's pull these cards. I forgot the name of this deck. Tulsi or Wealth. Astrology. This would be like presently, in present moment. Your ideas. Getting your ideas out there in your community. Mercury, using your mind to analyze your feelings, your intuition. So at the moment, you are creating more abundance, you're attracting more abundance in your life when you use your mind to analyze your intuition, what you're feeling, and to share your creative ideas with others. But it's also important for you to believe in your good luck, to believe in yourself. Group 1, you create more abundance, you attract more abundance the more you share inspiration with other people. This mindfulness is a reminder to be mindful of the messages that you share, or be mindful of how other people might feel as well. So for some of you, this could show up as be sure to nurture other people, show empathy, compassion. But you have a tremendous wealth of creative energy. You probably have a brilliant creative mind, which is also a form of abundance. And when you have an amazing idea, especially an intuitive one, and you have some sort of inspiration that you can share with other people, this is how you are naturally creating and attracting more abundance. So in a sense, you're creating and attracting more abundance within your mind, more creative ideas. This is your most powerful way of creating abundance. You're creating your own stream of inspiration. I need to point out here the number on this card is the number 29, which might be a lucky number for you. The number 11 is the powerful influencer. So you have the power to influence people in your own sort of way, but you have to get your ideas out there and show your truth, be authentic. But try to remember to be mindful about the words that you share and say, because words can definitely trigger other people, in a way that maybe you don't necessarily want to trigger other people. It's also important for you to have fun with your creative practice every day. So create a community where you can share your wisdom, your wealth, your knowledge, your creative mind, creative inspiration. Share your good luck, your good fortune. You're blessed with an abundance of inspirational energy. One more card. Okay. And then 9 of Cups, technically. So the 9, in general, refers to your higher ideals. Share your hopes, share your wishes, share your dreams, share your heart, share your love. Share your love of learning with other people. Share your heart and your compassion with other people. Share your good luck with other people, and you will attract more of that. The more you share, the more you attract. It's the same with an emotion. The more emotion that you're feeling that you might share or fear, you're attracting more of that. You're a magnet. So technically, you're a magnet for miracles if you realize how to work your energy, how to use your mind in an efficient way, to share your intuitive gifts, to help other people, or to help other people heal. Or maybe even to remind other people, how worthy they are, or how lovable they are, or how amazing they are. The source of inspiration is something that you naturally tune into, but where does the source of information come from? It comes from your higher self. It comes from source energy, the sun, the universe, God, the ascended masters. Where does your source of inspiration come from? For some of you, it's music. You're inspired because it moves you. And so, in a sense, because any kind of abundance begins with energy, which exists in the 5D, when you believe in what you're sharing as a source of inspiration, eventually it will begin to create different forms of wealth, which are different materialized forms of abundance. But you have to take responsibility with yourself, your time and your effort to create, to get it out there, to share. So some of you may be wondering, well, but what about money? Okay, money is not necessarily abundant. Money is a form of abundance, but it depends on how you use the abundance of who you are to attract it. And if you're not attracting money right now, then know that you need to resonate with the frequency of money and abundance in order to create it for yourself. But perhaps some of you are thinking, maybe it's not money that you really want or what you really need. Then you're blocking that form of abundance. Maybe you would much rather be inspired or feel happy or be creative and share your ideas with the world. Maybe that's what brings you the most abundance and happiness and good luck and good fortune. And when you have all of these things, nothing else truly matters, because you will find that you have been freed from some sort of perhaps a belief system around money that was never your belief in the first place. It was just somebody else's belief. And those beliefs around money, just since I'm on the point, you will attract money at the time in your life that resonates with your blueprint, your birthday, your numerology, your cycles, your astrology, your transits. So when you align with this higher source of inspiration and freedom, and you resonate with it and you change what you are creating so that you can match the frequency of what is inspiring you, you're not even going to be wanting anything else to happen because you're going to be indulging yourself in all this amazing, abundant energy. You're happy, you're free, you're purposeful. So, pile one, what is it that you truly want to attract? Curious minds want to know. All right, this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do click the like button. And if you were drawn to another pile, feel free to choose another pile, and let's just see what other type of abundance you're naturally attracting into your life right now. Hello, group number 2. If you were drawn to the Mahogany Obsidian, so what type of abundance are you attracting into your life right now? What kind of natural abundance do you create? So I'm going to put your Mahogany Obsidian right here. Let's turn this over. I like the black and the white spots on the crystal. Okay. Group number 2. I'm going to lay out your cards first. So, the courage to face the storm, transformation. Oh, is this spiritual transformation? Because the Mahogany Obsidian is a spiritual protector. It would also help to transform your energy, your emotions. Wow. So your emotions are powerful attractors right now. It's important to pay attention to what you feel. Because if you feel conflicted or afraid or unsafe, the more you focus on that, the more you're going to create more of this emotion. And I don't think you really want to do that. What you focus on the most is what you are creating, and that's the type of abundance. Interesting how you've got navigation. You've got the fish. Look at this. There's water, water, water. Your natural gift of abundance is depth of emotion, depth of feels. But are you using your abundance in a positive way, or are you afraid of it? Very important, because the more you focus on what you feel, the more you're going to create that and attract it into your life. Look, there's more water. Interesting. Deep diver, dive into a task, navigate, courage. So this is the type of abundance that you are attracting right now. I could probably trace these as your personal astrology transit. There's definitely change, but there's a conflict in how you feel, or maybe there's a conflict within yourself. And so there's this navigation, this uncertainty. There's something deeper here. Okay, now I'm thinking about those of you born in Pluto and Scorpio generation. I really feel for you guys. You know what? I encountered one on the elevator the other day, and I didn't know that she was, but I knew her parent. And I ran into her parent, and I'm like, what is the deal with, like, the eyes? And I ended up asking, what year was she born? And, yeah. And then I had to look it up on astrology because, not all the people that I talk to even believe in that sort of thing. So I looked it up, and yeah, sure enough, Pluto and Scorpio. So deep, intense, powerful, emotional transformation. This is your gift. When you realize it's a gift and you have the power to transform and release emotions and that heavy stuff, and you don't even have to be born in Pluto in Scorpio generation, which was, I don't know, part of the 80s, part of the 90s. But this is just describing the kind of abundance that you're attracting. So everything that you're feeling is asking you to transform it, to transcend it. So the more that you can heal this and release this, the freer you're going to become, the better you're going to feel. Look at this. So you've got Osho here with the actual abundance card. You have, oh my gosh, you have the power, the ability to attract miracles right now, especially when you use the rainbow frequency. The rainbow frequency or the rays of the sun also resonate with the archangels. If you're into angels, God, source, universe. Wow. This abundance is who you are. It's what you feel. That's your natural abundance that is already, it's always creating itself or recreating itself. Again, it depends on how much you're paying attention to your sensitivities, your emotions. So fibromyalgia just popped up in my head. This is the kind of emotional whatever that causes fibromyalgia as a symptom. So if you don't connect with yourself, if you don't love yourself, honor yourself, or dive deep to release these transformative emotions that exist within you, and sometimes it comes from out of nowhere, doesn't it? And you're like, WTF, where'd that come from? What do I do with this? So when you see yourself as the gift and that you have the power to transform and to release emotion, there's always a message that comes with the emotion. And of course, insecurity is a big one. But you have a spiritual connection, you have a deep transformative power that you can connect with to use your abundance in a very positive and powerful way to completely change your life, yourself, your emotions. And you can transform all of this into positivity. Wow. Right. Consciousness, optimism. That's what I was just tapping into that. I haven't seen your cards yet. Okay, we're on pile number 2. Damiana, the beloved. Yeah. I'm going to come back to this. You have Venus and Pluto. Oh my gosh. So, okay, group 2. This is the natural abundance that you were born with, but it's also your innate power. But you probably also feel like you need to unite with another or connect with another. And this is not the Pluto thing that I was talking about a minute ago. But for those of you who need to unite with like those on a twin flame journey, or you're just like, you're determined to meet that, you know, there's something that you think that you need to get from somebody else. And well, you probably do. If your natural creative abundance is the power of transformation, you probably need to connect with others in order to change your perspective or tune into a different frequency. Some of you are just natural empaths, and maybe you're thinking that it's the other that needs that emotional support, which is why you're so drawn to unite with them. But what if it's just your natural emotion that is navigating you towards someone else that you think you need? But it's just that connection in itself that triggers you or transforms you. So emotional triggers are happening to help you to transform yourself and rise above the emotion, that depth, that heaviness, that emotional turmoil. And other people are your trigger. Seriously? Okay. When you start owning yourself, loving yourself, accepting yourself, healing yourself, meaning pay attention to when you feel compelled to connect with someone, or maybe you need to be with someone, even if this is sexually, stop yourself and ask yourself the question, why do I feel like I have to. There's something deeper in your subconscious that it kind of takes power over you, doesn't it? But you have the strength and the power to not allow these influences to overwhelm you or to have more power than you do. Check this out. When you tune into the sun consciousness, positivity, optimism, Aquarius, detach emotionally. So you probably have a desire to attach with others, or you become attached to others. Yeah, this is getting pretty deep. Oh, it's like a test. So here, I'm going to say something. I hope I'm not triggering someone, but maybe I will. How many times you feel like you just need to be with that other person, and then you are, but then somehow you experience some sort of betrayal, or they push you away, or they make you feel like you're not enough. This is the energy, the personality type that I'm talking about. But your insecurities that you're experiencing in emotions that you think belong to somebody else are just your natural gift. And you're just you are, what's the word I'm looking for? You are projecting it onto the other person. And so any kind of rejection is just an answer that it's not them that you need, it's you that you need to accept yourself, to honor yourself, to respect yourself, to work with these insecurities and work through them, to transform them, to rise above them, and that will transform your emotional power as well. In fact, it will probably free you from the need to feel like you need to unite with any other. But it's that which compels you, it draws you to the other person. That's your lesson, that's the test. And I feel like group 2, you're kind of stuck in a spiral and it just keeps repeating over and over and over, and you don't know what you're doing wrong, or maybe some of you are thinking that you've done something wrong. But what you're looking for is already within yourself. Dive deep. It's all there within you. You have the power to change. You have the power to detach. And once you release yourself from these heavy emotional burdens and negativity or fears, you will realize your true vision, your purpose. You will free yourself from that emotional, whatever it is that's like compelling you. I don't know. It's going to free yourself. It's going to free your energy. Okay. So your greatest gift is to take action for yourself, to inspire yourself, to learn new techniques, to like emotional freedom techniques. When you change your mind. So by the way, the wands, as far as, we're just going to call it cardology. There's ancient card system. It's similar to tarot, but it's different. But the wands represent your energy and your power to create results for yourself. But when you stop trying to create results with somebody else, this is when you discover what your true power is. Or maybe you've always had the power within you all along. So these are definitely 8th house natal placements. They could be Pluto placements, but in this life you are meant to, or maybe let's just say right now, your current transit, life is trying to teach you to start paying attention to your emotions and why do you feel like you need to belong to another, because all the others don't have what you're looking for. You already have everything within you that you need. And so you will continue to test yourself, thinking you can only get it from another, but it's really just you asking to have the same experience, to go through the same test. to continue your lesson over and over and over and over and over again until you start realizing you're the only one that can free yourself. You're the only one that can set yourself free. But you have to choose to take action, to isolate yourself, to separate yourself, to change what you believe, change your vision. Focus on your chakras, right? Do yoga. Everything keeps returning you back to you. Okay, because the source of what you're really looking for isn't out there anywhere. It already exists within you. Because the universe exists within you. Everything already exists within you. Even the answers. Wow. So this is probably part of your spiritual purpose since the Mahogany Obsidian crystal chose your bio. And I'm just the messenger, and I have to just speak the truth. And so I just did. Yeah, your emotions are a powerful abundance of energy that either make you feel love or fear, but ultimately it's your emotions that will free you to create a positive version of yourself, to detach from those negative emotions so you just simply be free and be happy. Create your own vision, a new vision of yourself, or a version of yourself, right? The clubs in cardiology, it's cardology. The clubs represent getting results, but you have to assert yourself and do it on your own. So it might actually be your life purpose, your North Node challenge, to do this on your own. It's the only way you're going to find out. Yeah, you don't have to surrender yourself to another. You don't have to sacrifice your dignity to anyone else. And so these are your messages. This is the abundance that you are currently attracting. So you can change that as soon as you just start focusing on positive emotion. Change your intention. Release those insecurities. You can push through it, but you're technically pushing through your fear, your own fear that lies somewhere deep in your emotions. And it's there for a reason until you set it free. So group 2, this is your reading. I hope this resonates with you. I wish you a wonderful day. I know you can do this. And of course, if you're drawn to another pile, feel free to choose another pile and find out what other form of abundance you are attracting right now. Hello, group number 3. If you chose the rainbow fluorite crystal, I know, pretty cool, right? Okay, pile number 3. Welcome to your pick a card reading for today. What kind of abundance are you attracting? I think I want to go like this. What kind of abundance are you attracting in your life? What is your natural abundance that you create, that you were born with? Let's find out. I'm going to start with, let's just start with this one. Ooh, 55. Oh my gosh. So just right away, you were born with an abundance of thoughts, creativity, your mind, and you have an immense power to create change in your life by what you choose, your choices. The essence. Interesting. Right, Gemini, it's like information, sharing information, think it through. The essence is like the essence of life. We're going to use this card. leadership. I feel like you're meant to become the leader of your own life. So you're the kind of person I would describe as a co-creator. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to lead a bunch of people. That's just a mindset. There are, by the way, different levels of consciousness that we're each born into on the day that we were born. For example, the day that I was born, the day, the month, the year, was supporting the level of consciousness of global, meaning I have a natural global, what's the best way? Even I grew up in more of a global environment, right? I grew up in a very large city where all possible nationalities went to my school. So a global perspective, that's probably the better way that I can describe this. Oh, so you have the power to create change globally by sharing your essence. But I feel like, yeah, you probably have the power to become the leader of something or the leader of thought, or like progressive thinking. Be bold, take bold steps. Okay, wow, I'm loving your pile so far. Okay. So the globe is your family, but spirit guides are also your family. You probably resonate more with spirit than you do with people. You probably get along better with animals than you do with people. Notice that there aren't any people in your cards here. You get along with the fish, with nature, the essence. You're an earth person, but you're also very curious. Okay, I feel like you can choose to become the creator of new thought forms, new earth. Yeah. So the abundance, right. The natural abundance that you create all the time for yourself is in your mind, with your thoughts, your new ideas, your creativity, innovation. So I would think you would have strong Uranus in your astrology. But look at this, new vision, and I was already tuning into new earth, new frequency. I feel like you were born with this natural abundance. You're a seeker of truth, you're a visionary, you're always looking, you're always learning, you're always experiencing. And so maybe even new beginnings or new choices are your natural abundance. And every time you're thinking about something and you try something new, you're creating more of that kind of abundance in your life. It's creative abundance, it's thought patterns. But it's also very important for you to understand that thoughts are a form of abundance as well as emotions. And the quality of your thoughts will really dictate and navigate what you manifest. For example, if you're thinking bad about yourself, that's the natural abundance that you have, and it's just going to naturally create more of that. Because whatever you're focusing on the most, the universe is saying, hey, he or she really enjoys thinking about this energy. Let's send more of that. So it's really important to focus on more empowering thoughts or positive thoughts or affirming thoughts. Yeah, your thoughts are your natural creative power. Look at this. So you've got Makuna, I don't know what that is, but journey. I have yet to dive deep into this deck. So you've got Uranus. There's the Uranus I was, right? Uranus and Mercury. Okay, you have a plethora of ideas, thoughts. You're probably really good with words. And as we all know, words create reality. Words will change your life. I'm curious how many of you are familiar with, I'm trying to think. Now I can't remember his name. Seth. So there's a guy that teaches, but he's also a channel. Here, I'm just going to say this because I learned from him and now I don't remember what his last name is. But when I started speaking this affirmation, literally, this was a year ago, a year and a couple of months ago, it totally transformed my whole reality. It was freaky. So the saying goes, I am word in this body. Word, I am word. I am word through my vibration. Word, I am word. I am word through... No, I don't remember. It's like I haven't said it in a while. I am word in this body. Word, I am word. I am word through this vibration. Word, I am word. Well, I'll let you Google that and look it up. It will take you directly to his channel. Words are frequency or sound, which is energy, which is abundance. Vibration, your word, your action, your thought, your emotion is your powerful creator of the things that you desire to have in your life. Okay, when you focus on your highest ideals, look, you've got Sagittarius, and this looks like Sagittarius here as well. Freedom, truth, shared wisdom, the power of love, right? Fifth house, your creativity. And there's Uranus again. So I don't know, how many of you are an Aquarius? Because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus as well. Uranus, well, yeah. So your natural abundance is your creative mind, your ideas and your thoughts. And so how you choose to organize them in a way that allows you to prosper, you can create prosperity, you can create more abundance. And according to your life path, your purpose, your cycles, your lessons, like from your birthday, like money is abundant. So if that's on your life plan, you will create money. If you seek peace, harmony, and freedom and love, you will create more of that in your life path, your cycles. So you have the power to create and manifest things instantaneously just by thinking about it. So what is it naturally that you really wish to manifest right now as an essence? How do you really want to feel? You can choose to feel abundant, since this pick a card reading is referring to abundance. Abundance is what? It's plenty. It's having more than enough. It's living a blessed life. You have everything you could ever possibly want. In this case, it's love, it's harmony, it's happiness. It's probably your natural basis of abundance that you're seeking. And maybe this is why you're always looking, you're always on the go, you're always inventing, you're changing, you're challenging yourself, you're trying new things, you're manifesting new things. So it's very possible throughout your entire lifetime, you will have the experience that you manifest all the things that you think that you want and need. But which one will you end up settling with is how it makes you feel at the end of the day. So money is a frequency. It's where you exert your energy. Abundance. Did I say money? I think I did. Money is a frequency. Your thoughts are a frequency. Your emotions, your ideas, your beliefs are all a form of abundance. So how can you use all of the abundance that comes naturally to you to simply create and manifest an abundant life where everything flows aplenty? How would you do that? Check this out. And so your pile ends with the Queen of Diamonds, of course. So you're meant to become a power of influence, a person of power and influence. The Queen of Diamonds is someone of higher values and self-esteem. You will manifest absolutely what you need. But what you need more so is to believe in yourself, to believe in your power, to believe that you are worthy of manifesting the experiences. I'm thinking here how you experience life and navigate life is probably on a deeper level what you're truly seeking. You're seeking freedom from all those rules of society. You want to live life differently. You want to just be. You want to be free to be yourself. So remember, whatever it is that you truly want, that you think that you need, the more that you think about that and affirm that as an energy, a frequency, the more that you will attract. But you will attract more of all of the varieties of abundance when you simply just open yourself up to the flow of abundance that comes from the universe, that flows through you 24/7. So tune into the present moment. What abundance is affecting you right now? How can you use that to create a new world, a new vision, a new reality, a new life, a new something? And so, and I don't know what age groups you are that are watching this, but sooner or later you're going to realize you're just much better on your own, doing your own thing, because if you are changing and you're manifesting every day, maybe something different for the sake of the experience, it's something that you enjoy. You enjoy change. You enjoy the experience. You enjoy all of the facets of abundance and what is available to you. So you believe that you are not limited by what anyone else tries to make you believe. Maybe even what you believe about yourself and what you're capable of is only something that you believe. But if you believe in that, then naturally it's part of your life path and your purpose. So how can you create change in your life that will free yourself from the restrictions and the limitations that are not allowing you to experience abundance on its highest level? Freedom. It's freedom that you seek. Okay. And you will change the kind of abundance that you attract when you simply change what you're focusing on. So, all right, group 3, I'm loving your video reading today. I hope you loved it too. I'm just like blown away with these cards that showed up in your bio. Focus on a new version of yourself, a new vision. Manifest that. Command it. It's your reality. All right, if you enjoyed the video, please do click the like button. If you're drawn to another pile, it's perfectly fine to choose another pile. Let's just find out what other natural form of abundance that you are attracting, that you are creating. Hello, group number 4. If you chose the Epidote crystal, welcome to your reading today. Well, this is, I don't know how many pick a card readings I will share today. We'll find out. We'll find out how the day turns out. Okay, Epidote crystal goes over there. What is the natural abundance that you are? Your natural abundant creativity? What are you attracting? Or what is the easiest abundance, form of abundance that you can attract? It just comes natural to you. Okay, details. That would make sense with Virgo energy. Oh, this is referring to health as well, because Virgos are earth energy, very, well, not everyone is into health and well-being, but okay, divine guidance. I'm going to put this in the middle. The outsider. Simplicity. Surrender. Wow. This is interesting. So I'm going to interpret this as if it's like a current transit that's affecting you, especially if you're wanting to attract more abundance or a specific kind of abundance in your life. Okay. It's the simple things that matter the most. Right now, the kind of abundance you are attracting is actually new opportunities to separate yourself or to become the hermit or to surrender to divine guidance, simplicity. I'm thinking, right, this is the butterfly, surrender. I keep thinking there's something happening in your physical body that is kind of forcing you to surrender to it. So I'm curious how many of you are experiencing like a health situation that is causing you concern, because these are saying you're going to have to surrender to that. The more, okay, I understand 1000% when there's some sort of a health situation that happens and we don't know why or what caused it, and we feel like we don't have any power or control over that situation, we freak out, right? But that only makes the symptom worse, because fear will create pain in the physical body, and that will increase the sensitivity of other physical senses that you're experiencing in the body. So the simplicity is asking you to surrender what you think, surrender what you are feeling, trust that everything is happening in perfect divine timing. And the more you simplify, like get out of your mind, get out of your body, get out of your emotions, that's the fastest way for you to connect with your higher divine guidance. So something's really trying to get your attention right now. It's trying to get your attention. But if you're ignoring that, if you're avoiding it, if you're trying to run away from what you're physically experiencing, or it could be an emotional thing, it could be a spiritual thing. So Spirit is saying you're in the process of being released, so you're going through a spiritual experience, releasing yourself from the aspects of yourself who you are not. So you're not who you think that you are. So you're going through some sort of a spiritual, intuitive purification. But the more you focus on fear or uncertainty or anxiety, trying to understand what you're experiencing or trying to navigate, the more it's going to increase the physical symptoms. So the more you can just surrender to peace, harmony, including in your body. And this is what the 0 point field means, or present moment. So there are many different ways you can do this, but yeah, it's disconnecting from your physical sensations, because on a deeper level, you are not your physical body. You were born in it. Your soul was actually born in it. You're waking up. So you're waking up to the truth and awareness of your soul and who you really are. And your soul is free. It's limited. Your soul never dies. Your soul is waiting for you to surrender to that. There might be something still that you're holding on to. And this is a concept in itself that might be difficult for some people to understand. So I'm not going to go too deep into that. But your intentions, this actually makes perfect sense. If you just simply set the intention to align with peace, you can meditate, you can yoga, you can tune into the 0 point field, which is where the abundance of life exists. It's the ether. It's in the 5D. Okay, so there's a lot of confusion. This is probably a current transit that you're experiencing. Uncertain about your relationships, other people, right? It's triggering something deep within you. Scorpio. Scorpio is fixed. Virgo is mutable, adjustable. Neptune might be causing you some sort of uncertainty or confusion, or the loss of a sense of yourself and your identity and who you think that you are, which does happen through astrology transits, because I went through that transit. Oh my gosh. So there was a period in my life where I walked away from my old life and I moved somewhere else, and I thought, I just need a fun job. So I got a job at the local amusement park because it didn't really require me to think too much, not compared on the corporate jobs that I used to have. But I really had no idea what I wanted to do. And I thought, okay, let's just keep it simple. Do what I need to do to get by until I figure out, right? Until I find myself. But I didn't know at the time that I was having a spiritual awakening. Oh, look at this, and you've got ayahuasca. Isn't it funny how this card is showing up in this pile too? Rebirth. You're going through a rebirth. So this is the abundance of energy. It's spiritual. It could be confusing. It might seem scary. But when you surrender to your higher power, connect with your higher self, the angels, there's something in the 5D that is right there by you, waiting for you, guiding you, loving you, waiting for you to just stop, let go of yourself, and tune into that essence of energy, that abundance that is supporting you. It's guiding you. It's keeping you safe. You're probably going to have to surrender to that abundance in order to move forward, especially if you're experiencing some sort of health situation or symptoms that are uncomfortable. You even have to surrender to those and understand that any kind of physical symptom is caused by a thought, a fear, an uncertainty, an emotion. But it's not attached to you. It's just an energy, which is abundance, that is flowing through you. And some of that energy got stuck in your body, and you weren't paying attention to it. You weren't nurturing that. You weren't giving love to yourself. And so the symptoms just keep growing stronger. And they keep saying, hey, pay attention. Listen, there's something. So it makes perfect sense that the Epidote would be the crystal in your pile, because this resonates with your heart chakra. And the heart is what is governed by your soul. It's what keeps you breathing. What do you think makes your heart continue to beat? It's electricity. It's your soul's essence. And when your soul's purpose is finished in this human life and body, it will just simply release itself from the body. And that's usually when people experience physical death, to say the least. This is a deep pile number 4. Okay. Change of heart, your heart chakra. So this is what's changing. But you've got the number 55 here. Connect with your heart, heal your heart, open your heart, love yourself, tune into peace, love, harmony. Send it to your physical body, send it to your symptoms. Let go of your mind and your ego's need to control everything, and tune into this innate divine guidance, which already exists in your human body. Divine guidance is in you. It's part of you. You're affected by it. It influences you. So forgiveness would be a key word. And yeah, you're going through a rebirth, so the more that you can just surrender, let go, especially the things that you don't know, and just love yourself, open up and trust. That's when you're going to start experiencing that connection with the divine guidance. But you have to be at a certain heart elevation and frequency of unconditional love for yourself before your heart will open, that allows you to connect with those higher powers. And this is something that I think, well, not everyone is aware of that, but maybe a lot of the times it brings us to the point where we have to surrender what we think that we know, and just surrender and give, and ask for a sign, ask for a miracle, ask for a blessing, ask to know the truth, heal yourself, forgive everything, surrender what you think that you know, and anything that you're seeking will awaken inside of you. It awakens through your heart. So some of you might be feeling a lot of intense emotion. It might be fearful. But once you start focusing on you and sending love to you, to your heart, and forgiveness is the door that opens the pathway to the opening of your connection to your higher divine guidance, because it's unconditional love. It's the oneness. It's unity consciousness. Your body will heal. Everything else in your life will heal. Surrender the struggle. So right now there's probably an abundance of struggle, opposition, frustration. And that's just what's making those symptoms even stronger. You could always surrender yourself and ask the angels to come in and heal your body, or surrender to God, ask it to help you heal your body. There's a higher power here that probably has more power than you think that you do. And it's like it's putting on the pressure and the confusion until you finally just cave. But everything happens through the heart. Love, acceptance, forgive yourself. So you're going through a rebirth, which is a significant and profound change. So change is probably the natural abundance that is continually being created in your life right now. So it's true. Attend to the details. What are you feeling? What are your symptoms? Talk to them. There's a thing called body talk. Look it up. There's a thing called Reiki. Use it. You can even allow other people's Reiki to help you too. There's plenty of people doing that on YouTube now. You could learn it, but you can also do Tai Chi. Does the same thing. It's Chi, Reiki, energy, vital life force, divine. It's all the same thing. Energy healing is free, by the way. Okay. I'm just going to leave this here. If you are interested in learning more about spiritual awakening, I would love for you to sign up on my Patreon, which is quite affordable, and I will share with you everything that you need to know to help you get through any challenge or transition. But you will need to choose the tier where you can receive a mini reading from me, and still it's only $13. Other than that, I don't know what else to say. Pile number 4. If you were drawn to another pile, please do be sure and go and check that out, because there are probably some other powerful messages over there for you to hear. Have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do click the like button, and I will see you in another video. Bye for now.